So today I'll talk about how the red pill content is literally destroying men, and actually I would say it's basically doing more harm than good as compared to how much value they think they're getting out of it. So let me put it this way. Let me first of all explain what the red pill is for those who may not understand properly. Because like this, from a very young age, most since I was born, we have been programmed to think of women in a certain manner, in a certain way. Now, it would be okay if those were truth or if those thinking worked, but in reality, they don't work. So, red pill content aims to expose the lies and then properly give us understanding into the female nature. But the idea is okay, but the thing now is because of the lies are just too much. The red pill content has become the direct opposite, which is not the extreme truth. At first, it's the truth. At some point, it becomes a problem. For example, is see the red pill content as sugar. You taste sugar, you like sugar as a kid, but what they don't tell you is if you keep taking sugar, at some point you keep upping up your sugar intake, and at some point could cause serious health complications. Now, see red pills. At first, you might be a nice guy, and then you discover red pill content. Slowly, you begin to change your perspective of women instead of seeing them as these glorious angels who can do no harm, who are of only pure good. You begin to see them as okay, fine. Maybe they have their common traits. Maybe they have things that are human. They fall sometimes to almost all women are bad. Almost all women are they are with me because of my money. They are probably gold diggers. But then again, what I'll say is yes, a lot of the things in the red pill space are most likely true. But the question is, how is it helping you? How is it really helping you? Rather, the main goal is just to get your attention and to sell you something. Either it's a book, a coaching call, consultancy. That's just the basic point. Now I've looked at someone like Andrew Tate. I would say Andrew Tate is a very smart guy. He's a very smart guy because at the end of the day, he takes everything just for the sake of shock value. But in the end, he knows exactly what he's doing. Like tomorrow, right now, he's what is he claims to be a billionaire by doing what? Most likely having your attention by giving you what red pill content. But no, I have a few questions for you regarding this red pill content. I believe you're a masculine man, or at least you want to be a masculine man. And you probably, as a masculine man, there's this urge for you to want to have a family. That is, if you have good sex drive, you want to have a family sometime in the future. Now, see you say, if I was to ask you, what are the qualities of a lady who's of wife material? You barely know. You know the red flags in women, but how many green flags do you know about them? That's most likely because you have none. Those guys, they will show you the bad parts, but will never give you they'll never show you the good parts. And that is a very dangerous way of looking at life. Everything has its polar opposites. And this point I just brought up is a timeless truth. It's so timeless that it's been written centuries ago in the Kabbalion. If you probably go to YouTube and type the Kabbalion, look at the reviews on the Kabbalion, go to libraries. The Kabbalion is the most truthful written text since history ever happened. And it says it. For every action is an equal and opposite reaction. That is where Newton got that idea from. For every bad side of the female nature, there is a good side of it. How often did they show you the good side of the female nature? Because they barely do it. All they want is just to take your attention, draw your attention, and probably sell you something. and that's all that matters. You're probably a figure. Me too. So, with what I just said is, yes, be aware of the female nature, the bad, but also be aware of the good you need to look out for. Because some of these guys, they know the good quite alright. If these guys really want to help you, look for those who will show you where to get proper wives from. Look for those who will show you the green flags in women. For example, Rich Cooper. Is it Rich? I think it's Richard Cooper. Entrepreneurs in Cars. His content is good, like very, very good. It's properly balanced. Well, to some extent though, but at least if you go to his channel, he will also tell you things like, yes, women are like this, but if you want a woman of this kind of nature, which is quote unquote a wife material, you also have to be top of your game. That is, as a guy, honestly speaking, if you can think and act in a certain manner, you can have a certain kind of woman. Now, the people before our current generation, they knew this. They knew this. They knew that if our women acted in a certain manner, there's a high chance our men to react in a certain manner. Now, we are currently in an era of degeneracy. So what can we do? We live in a time where we cannot tell women what to do. So it's left to you as a man to figure out your own life. Now, for example, let me tell you something that I've almost never told anyone. Is I have realized that when women say things like, don't cook for a man, I can't cook for a man, and all of that, what really happens is, what they are telling you is, they cannot cook for a man who they don't deem fit to cook for. I've had ladies come to my apartment who talk about all this whole feminist equality talk out there. But when they come here, they are quiet. When I speak to them, they are quiet. They are looking for ways to please me. And to be very, very frank, I avoid women like that because it's a matter of time before they switch. But what that tells you is, when women are just saying all those things, to be very, very frank, a lot of the times, they don't really mean it. So take it like this is, when the lady says she can't do certain things, there's a high chance you are not the man who is worth it. There's just a high chance. I mean, apart from things that are, like if you meet a wife material, I don't think you should take whole intentions or whole activities to a wife material kind of woman. So that being said, is the red pill will never tell you to hold yourself accountable. They will inject it once in a while in their conversations, but you first of all brag and shame women for 90 minutes, then give you content that's valuable to you for about 10-15 minutes. So how is that helping you? Now, in my bike riding school, we are taught that wherever the eyes is looking at is where your bike is moving to. And then I'm super grateful because this advice literally saved my life. Summary of these stories, I was on my first ride on the highway, and then my lead instructor, who was ahead of me, were moving at 80 kilometers per hour, just 80. And then he leaned to the left because we were at the roundabout. I did not know he was going to the left. He just leaned. And I kid you not, I was at 80. I didn't see him trafficating, but when I saw the way he leaned, I got carried away. What I was looking at was the curb, and I was going to hit directly, until the voice in my head said, look to the left. And I looked to the left, the bike followed. Now, see how it ties this. If all you think about women is the content that just comes from the red pill alone, think about how much you really know about women. I think about how you can actually find an actual partner that is of quality, that is of substance. Yes, you might say passport bros and all of that. Just fly out, get yourself a wife. Yes, that works for a percentage of people, because at the end of the day, even though you get your passport and you're not the kind of person that a quality woman wants to stay with, then I'm sorry, it's just a matter of time before she has to move on. And divorce is on the way after she has her papers. So what I'm saying is, instead of you glorifying the red pill content, look for how you yourself can be a better person. Because that's why I brought an example of what I have noticed in my life, that women actually, now mind you, I must be open that I don't have so many women in my life. I don't, and I don't really believe that you can have like a very high body count. I see a lot of women kind of like drawn to me, but then again, I feel like I can't talk to all of them. I just can't talk to all of them. I have a whole lot of work to do, and the very few who I get to speak to, I filter them. So it's not them featuring me; it's me featuring them. And then I would say that's something that I would say gives me some form of power in my dealings with them. Now, to be very, very frank, I have some things that I have learned from the red pill space, and then I may share later on, or let me just say one. So it goes like this. Yes, I know that I have good genes, my height. I had to go to the gym to build a very nice physique and all of that. But some yes, I'm very focused on my journey, on my entrepreneurial work. So what that means is that I barely have time to date. I barely have time for relationships. So this is my game. When ladies walk into my life, they kind of like think I have like a girlfriend, a main girlfriend, and I don't have, but I don't counter them. I let them use their imagination to assume. No, this is where it gets funny. So where it gets funny is somehow they think I have a main girlfriend. So they want to become the side chick. So that's the beauty of it all is she's with me, she thinks there's a main girlfriend, and she's happy, she's open to being a side chick. Now, to be very, very sincere is I've asked myself a very deep question of why don't I just let them go? I kind of realize that it's what they want, and then I'm okay to that, but at some at some point, why it becomes better for me is because they know that I don't owe them my time. I don't owe them my time. Is we're happy together, we do things together, and we move on. So what I mean is that I probably may not text you for about a week or two. No, 2 weeks may be too much, but like a week. But that's because I'm focused. I'm working on my products, on my SaaS. Or before now, it was mostly clients work because I ran a freelancing company. I'm currently looking at running an agency, which is courtesy of one of my freelance clients who wants me to help him with his social media marketing. So that's it. That's my game. Just be mysterious and use their imagination against them. So, like I said, you can take lessons from the red pill. You can understand the red pill, but you have to be practical about the red pill. I still have like a whole lot of things to talk about the red pill space. I'm not going to just sit down and assume that everything they say is bad, but no. Like I said, take it to be like sugar. A right amount could make the food sweet. A different amount could just make the food as dangerous as poison, or could just make it as bad as possible for your health. So please, if you are to consume red pill content, please have this at the back of your mind that one, see women for who they are, not what the red pill or the new wave feminists are portrayed them to be. Two, know that the women you attract into you is like a reflection of who you are. So what that means is that if you're looking for quality wives, you're going to have to become a quality man, a quality husband. So see it this way. I have a video coming out on attracting partners versus returning partners. And summary of it all is to attract them, you need money, looks, status. But to retain them, you need some form of depth of character, which the red pill guys almost never tell you. That the women you attract are like mirrors, they're a direct reflection of who you are. So if you want to attract quality women, you have to become a quality man. And quality man doesn't just mean you have money, you have looks, you have status. Those are like the foundation of being a quality man in this century. Those are the foundations. You need depth of character, integrity, confidence. I'll say right now we live in a world where we lack, I would say, proper masculine figures, because what we see around are not masculine figures. They are not masculine figures. They are something else entirely. They're just looking for attention. So please, if I'm to sit down and talk about the red pill content, it will take me like a whole lot of things to uncover. But please, like I said, You can enjoy them as entertainment, but limit them. Look for the practicalities in them. Focus on the red pill guys who are who have your interest at heart. I give an example of one, Rich Cooper. I think he's entrepreneurs in cars. So yes, he will tell you how he has seen, or what he has noticed in good relationships, and how you can put that into yours and then make yours a good lasting relationship. So please, I have to still upload these videos this night. Thank you very much. Welcome to my channel. Talk to you soon.